Pappardelle wins every single time. That's how I got my wife to like say yes to me asking her to marry me. This is the traditional way to make pasta fatto a mano. Okay, this is pasta made by hand, so that means no fucking machines. This is a table, your hands, and this fucking stick, and your will to succeed, and that's it. So we're gonna make balanzoni, pappardelle, sopressini, tortellini, farfalloni, and Garganelli. What's up, everybody? My name is Funke. I'm a pasta maker. I wrote this book, American Sfolino. If you want to make pasta at home, like I do, you're gonna need a lot of practice, but we'll start at this. So we're gonna make sfoglia verde. You need spinach, whole eggs, 00 flour. Typically in Bologna, there's a formula for 1 etto, which is basically 1 punch of flour, and 1 egg. If you have 5 people coming to dinner, you have 5 eggs and 500 grams of pasta. To start the sfoglia verde, we're gonna blanch this spinach. So this is heirloom spinach, salted water. So we're gonna blanch this till it's bright green. We want it to be soft because if you don't cook it all the way, those stems are gonna impede how smooth it is once you put it into the blender. Straight into the ice, shock it, which stops it from cooking. I'm gonna fish this stuff out and we're gonna wring the ever-living shit out of it. In 2007, I studied under a master pasta maker there named Alessandra Spisni of La Vecchia Scuola Bolognese. So she was kind of the person that opened the door for me. So this book is like my love letter to her, and also another master that I work with there named Kozaku Kawamura. So my pasta is a confluence of 2 masters. One very, very driven by perfection, the Japanese mind, and then the other one is kind of like the motherly figure that basically opened up her entire world to me. So there's our spinach. Making handmade pasta, you need a delicate balance between extensibility and elasticity. Extensibility is the ability to stretch, and elasticity is the strength you have within the gluten structure. So the more of this you have, the more extensible it's gonna become. So we're gonna puree this so that it doesn't impede the gluten structure. 5 eggs in there, this guy goes in, and then blend it on high till it's completely fucking smooth. You don't really want to get it hot. You just want to puree it until it's very smooth. So this flour that we've got, 00 flour, sift out the chunks. You're going to need a whole lot more eggs for old flour than you will for freshly milled flour. Just check the milled on date, especially if you like buy your flour at a bodega or something like that. Like it's gonna be fucking old, because who buys a flour at a bodega? We've got our mound of flour. We're gonna take our hand and make kind of like a bird's beak into the center and then make a fountain. You wanna be able to see the board all the way to the bottom. Okay, so straight in. So all you wanna do is incorporate the flour from the interior wall and then mix it. First time I ever made dough in Bologna, 07, the maestro Alessandra gave me 60 fucking eggs, and I didn't make the walls of my flour tight enough, and I had 60 fucking eggs on the ground. I'm gonna start cutting this in. Put that into the center, okay? So there's 2 ways that you can create gluten. One is rest. Chill, go smoke a blunt, or you can create gluten through work. So we're gonna do a little bit of both. The basic movements for kneading, you wanna make sure that the crest of this wave of dough is coming towards you like this. Pull it towards you with the palm of your hand and then press down and away. Quarter turn, pull, press away. Okay, so we have the beginnings of our gluten structure, okay? If you look really close, it kind of has this like cellulite kind of texture. That's the gluten trying to come together. So we built like the first and second or third floor of this building of gluten structure. We're gonna wrap this in plastic. It sounds totally fucking cheesy, but if you're not like having a conversation, not just with the food, not just with the pasta, but with the thousands of years of pasta makers doing the same thing that you're doing right fucking now. Like, why do it? So, fridge. Okay, this dough's been resting 24 hours. With this stick, the mattarello, it's perfect to 1/1000th of an inch. With this stick, I'm able to take all these beautiful air pockets and redistribute them in smaller and smaller increments throughout the dough. So machine rolled pasta has the density of, say, pound cake. This has the density of a wafer, and you can feel it. It's not just about flavor, it's about the toothsomeness that you can create with hand-rolled pasta. So we're gonna coat this thing. So just kind of flatten it out with your fingers and try to make it as round as possible. So I can feel this is like super, super hydrated, so it should be quite a joy to roll out. Okay, position yourself. You wanna be in the core. All of your movements are gonna come from here. Place the mattarello right in the middle, push out with the hands. Pull it back and make an oval, okay? Turn it, push out, pull back, and turn. So a couple things. If you think about this whole process as the top of the clock, 10, 12, 2, we're not gonna go outside of those 3 numbers. So I'm rolling at 12, I'm turning that to 10, rolling at 12, rolling at 12. Make sense? So 3 to 5 repetitions, flip it, cinch it, roll it, turn it. There's 2 techniques in this classic way to roll sfoglia. One, which you've been seeing me do, is called bordo. The other one, this is rullo. So flip it on, cinch it, roll it back on itself, invert the hands, creating this kind of wheel well, and we're gonna roll it on itself. This is a stretching technique. We roll it back up. We're gonna do rullo. So what I'm gonna do is flip this over, and then, again, rullo, cinch, all the way back. 1, 2, 3. I'm using what I call offset pressure. When you place your hands on the mattarello, the pressure is not applied where your hands actually are. It's actually 2 inches inside. That's why we don't encroach on the perimeter. We keep it outside. See this little divot? I'm gonna push that out. See where my hand is? Now it's round because I'm applying offset pressure using this left hand as a guide and this hand as my pressure. The surface is no longer like super tacky or wet. It has this slightly dry texture on the top of it. So we're gonna cover this so that we maintain the freshness that we have. To make balanzone, we need to cut strips and then we need to cut squares. You can totally forego this and use a knife. Please use a ruler, make squares. Even pressure, nice and straight, and just push all the way across. Now we've got strips. Now we're gonna cut squares. Now we got squares. Fresh ricotta. What we wanna do is pipe directly in the center, about the size of a marble. Okay, so we wanna orient the square as a diamond on the palm of your hand, okay? So you're gonna grip here. You're gonna take the southern tip and you're gonna apply it to the northern tip, okay? Like so. We call them touch points. So this is a touch point. We have single thickness pasta and then we're gonna apply them together, making double thickness pasta, okay? All you gotta do is depress this back down to single thickness. Problem fucking solved, okay? So you're gonna do that all the way around, using the spine of the thumb all the way down, sealing this right side, okay? Transfer to the right side. Seal the left. Second step, we're gonna make a channel. The channel is the passage that the water actually travels through, cooking this thing uniformly. So we'll fold it towards ourselves like this, making a channel. Take the left side, pull it down, around, also forming the channel, and then pinch together. Now, you have single thickness, now double thickness, now quadruple thickness, then 8 times thickness. So all you gotta do is press the ever-living shit out of it. Back down to single thickness. Now this whole shape is gonna cook uniformly because the water has a channel to pass through. So pappardelle is actually not Bolognese. Pappardelle is actually Tuscan. It's accepted in Emilia-Romagna because the area of Tuscany, those are political lines. Those are not culinary lines. Tuscany is very, very close neighbors. So pappardelle is totally acceptable as a Bolognese shape. But those may be fighting words depending on whose grandmother you're talking to. So I apologize if I'm offending anyone. Fold this up on itself. Slice it forward. Don't come down on it. A straight inch, grab it with your hands, shake this out, grab it, and then unfurl it. Pappardelle. Super cool. So that's green dough. We have another dough. We're gonna roll that and we'll make some other little hand shapes. First, we're gonna take our taglia tortellini. We're gonna cut strips. Okay. Little baby squares. Sopressini. You make sopressini for two reasons. For soup, and if you don't have any filling, for tortellini. We're gonna do the basic movements of tortellini and also tortelloni, which is a larger size, but we're not gonna fill it. So we're gonna take the southern tip, join it to the northern tip, pull it down, around, and pinch. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. The story of tortellini, as I know it, is this. Venus, the goddess of love, came to Earth after a great battle and stayed at an inn. The innkeeper was so taken aback by her beauty, while peering through the keyhole of her room, dirty, dirty little bastard, saw her navel and was inspired to make pasta, sure, by the shape of her navel. And that's where the shape of tortellini comes from. We have this filling. This is prosciutto di Parma, Parmigiano Reggiano, and some eggs and some pork shoulder, noce moscato, nutmeg, and salt, black pepper, and a little bit of wine. Tortellini. Again, south to north, deep press. Both sides, seal the triangoli, make the channel around and through. Little baby. This tool is over 200 years old. The pettine creates this embossment that will imprint on the pasta to make ridges. We're gonna take the dowel and the square, place it again, oriented as a diamond, wrap it, even pressure, press, and release. This is Garganelli. We'll make farfalloni, which means big butterflies. Cut a strip and then cut the sides, the fluted edge. These are big fuckers, and they're fun. Put your index finger in the middle, your thumb and your middle finger at the top, and pull up, okay? Creating the channel. Then what most people do is scrunch it together, which basically creates a 6-time thickness, which is gonna be crunchy. You're gonna have overcooked pasta and undercooked pasta, okay? So what we do is, with these two channels, we join the tips of the valley and press up, depressing to single thickness. Now you have a passage for water so that everything cooks uniformly. Farfallone. So listen, I made it all look easy, I'm sure, but I've been at this for 11 years, I'm still figuring it out. So don't let it deter you. Be persistent, be fucking pig-headed, and just keep going. Repetition is the mother of all skill. So if you continue to push and continue to make pasta, the worst thing that can happen is pasta. That's it, and it's gonna be delicious. So make fucking pasta by hand. All right, so all of these shapes and all the recipes connected to these, all of the condimenti, are in my amazing book, American Sfolino. Please fucking go buy it, make pasta by fucking hand, or you can click the link below. Thank you so much. I took this shitty job in Beverly Hills. The chef there was from Bologna. I kept asking him to, teach me or whatever, but he wouldn't. He was a total fucking dick. So I was like, you know what? Fuck you, bro. So I moved to Bologna.